I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose Rapture.
Hey everybody, this is MC with MC Gaming. Today we're going to be talking about Bioshock, a first-person action game developed by 2K Australia and 2K Boston and published by 2K Games, where you find yourself in a city deep under the sea filled to the brim with psychotic drug addicts and you decide what the hell, why not, and join in on the fun, all the while searching for little girls and extracting sea slugs from their bodies to help further your addiction. Rapture might not be the best place to live, but it was a hell of a city to visit. Let's get on with the review. Bioshock takes place in Rapture, a city built beneath the surface of the ocean, so you can safely assume that you won't be stepping outside in the sunshine at any point in this title. Instead, you'll spend the entirety of the game in dark, gloomy hallways and rooms. I wouldn't call this game's graphics timeless by any means, but it has aged pretty well since its release. Other than some blurry textures, I felt like Bioshock could still easily be enjoyed by even the biggest graphics junkies out there. The art style of the map, overall menu, and inventory screen were pretty clean as well. It's very clear here that Rapture was at its prime during the 50s. This can be seen everywhere with the art displayed throughout the city, along with some awesome music throughout that period. Which I know music isn't part of the graphics, but I don't have a music section, so it gets an honorable mention here. Most of the enemies look pretty good. My only real gripe is you'll see the same type of enemy over and over again, and they look exactly the same, so that can kind of break the immersion. When you see the same enemy again and again, they feel more like clones or henchmen rather than inhabitants of the city. But overall, I was impressed with the art style and the general graphics of the game. In the beginning, Jack, our protagonist, is aboard a plane that crashes near a lighthouse. After surviving the crash, Jack heads to the lighthouse for safety. Once inside, he quickly realizes that he is not safe and must fight for his life in order to make it out of the city. Along the way, Jack finds a radio with a man on the other side named Atlas, who says that his family is in danger and you may be his only hope of saving them. The place that you've stumbled upon is called Rapture, an underwater city built by Andrew Ryan to allow the elites of the world to practice their work unbothered by government control. Science boomed in Rapture due to lack of regulations on research. With this level of research, they were able to discover something called Adam, an addictive substance which allows the user to rewrite their genetic code to do whatever they would like. With the help of Atlas and using plasmids made from Adam, Jack must fight his way through the deadly splicers and make it out of the city alive. Okay, the graphics are pretty great. The story is pretty great. But what really makes Bioshock amazing, in my opinion, is the gameplay. Jack can splice up in Rapture and obtain many different plasmids to kill enemies with. At the beginning of the game, Atlas shows Jack the 1-2 punch, which is a shock of lightning plasmid and a whack with the wrench. This little tutorial basically sets the tone for the game's combat. When an enemy appears, use a plasmid to shock it or maybe freeze them in place, and then shoot them with a weapon of your choice or hit them with your wrench. What I love is the amount of options you have. You could technically just shoot everyone with your guns and leave the plasmids out for the most part, or you could upgrade your plasmids and never use a single bullet. I like to mix things up and hit enemies with a shock and fire away. There are a lot of plasmids to choose from and many weapons as well. You don't have enough room for all of the plasmids unfortunately, but you can use all of the weapons. There are even upgrade stations to make the weapons even more powerful. You can also go to vending machines called the Gatherer's Garden to pick out your different plasmids, upgrade your health, and add different buffs to your character. The currency for these machines are Adam, which you can get from Little Sisters, which hold the Adam-filled slugs. You were tasked with either harvesting the Adam inside of the Little Sister, which will kill her, or release the Adam inside of her, saving her. If you decide to harvest them, you will get significantly more Adam, which can make the game easier, and if you save them, you will get much less. But you will be rewarded quite often by Tenenbaum, the woman who was partially responsible for what happened to the Little Sisters and is suffering a large amount of guilt. To get the Little Sister, though, is actually quite difficult. They are guarded by Big Daddies, which are much more powerful than you and will easily kill you if you are not smart or fast enough. Overall, the gameplay is outstanding, and it was a blast from beginning to end. Bioshock is currently $20 on Steam and $15 on console. I currently have 33 hours clocked in, which puts it at 61 cents per hour and totally worth it. I honestly don't think I have any friends who are gamers that haven't at least played Bioshock. If you somehow haven't, I urge you to pick it up. It is without a doubt one of the best first-person shooters out there. If you've ever played it but never beat it, you should check out the remastered version. It didn't change a ton of stuff, but certain things do look a lot better. With extraordinary gameplay, incredible music, and more variety of product than a Colorado dispensary, I give Bioshock a 9.5 out of 10. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for joining in on my review of Bioshock, and we'll probably do a review of Bioshock 2 and Bioshock Infinite pretty soon as well. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button, and would you kindly subscribe if you haven't yet. If you didn't like the video, make sure to hit that dislike button. I do appreciate all feedback, so if you have any suggestions or criticism, make sure to let me know. Thanks a lot, everyone.